What's happening, guys? Griz here, and sorry for being late this week, but welcome to another episode of Kit Up. This is my weekly Battlefield series where you guys get to suggest the weapon setups and loadouts you want to see, then I go out and get some gameplay with it and do a little review. So this week, thankfully, you guys left me some more serious loadouts, as the last two episodes have been pretty trolly. But it's okay though, I do enjoy a challenge sometimes, guys, especially if it is a really interesting kit. I'm definitely down to try some goofy stuff out. So don't think I don't like them or anything. I won't do a troll setup every week, but once in a while I will. I do feel like doing them, so don't be afraid to leave them if you wish. So this week I picked the loadout myself, not based on votes, and only because I really wanted to do a review on this week's weapon, even if it wasn't going to be part of this series. Because this week's weapon, which comes to us from Epic Face 8765, is indeed slightly less shite. It's the A-91 Carbine. And I gotta tell you guys, even before Epic Face left this comment, I had already been playing a lot with the A-91, and it's quickly becoming one of my favorite all-kit weapons overall. So what else am I using this week? Well, for attachments on the A-91, I've got the Cobra sight, laser light combo, the PBS-4 suppressor, and a potato grip. For the sidearm, I'm using the CZ75, one of my favorite pistols actually, equipped with the mini RDS, muzzle brake, and tack light. And for gadgets, I've got the SRA and the M2 slams, shadow specification for increased sneakiness, and finally the V40 mini grenades, because why use anything else, am I right? Alright, let's do this. So like I said, I'm really glad we're doing the A-91 this week because it is amazing, guys, no word of a lie. If you haven't given this weapon much time in your hands yet, I strongly urge you to test it out. So let's look at the stats on this little fella. The A-91 has a max damage of 25 and a minimum damage of 15.4, pretty standard stuff amongst the carbines. Rate of fire is a blistering 800 rounds per minute, and that is one of the A-91's best traits right there. That high rate of fire has bailed me out numerous occasions. The A-91's magazine capacity is 30 rounds plus 1 in the chamber for 31 total, and its reload times are 3.3 seconds when empty and 2.7 seconds with a round still in the chamber. The A-91 is so versatile, it's not even funny. I found it extremely useful in close quarters because it does have that pretty high rate of fire, and secondly, and this is probably my favorite part about the A-91, is the ridiculously low hipfire spread. These two traits together allow you to just absolutely wreck people in close quarters. At medium ranges, it's not too bad. In fact, it actually has a very low bullet spread when firing on the move, especially when aiming down sights. So take advantage of that by sort of strafing back and forth while firing at an enemy. If anything, it'll just make you harder to hit, and you can also make good use of that low bullet spread when aiming down sights and moving. For your best results at distance though, I would definitely recommend burst/tap firing that trigger, because I think you'll find much more bullets landing on target over just going Rambo and holding that trigger down. Alright, let's talk attachments now. Loved the Cobra sight on this weapon, but the choice for optic, as always, is really up to you. Whatever sight you like the best is probably the one you should go with. I love the Cobra sight because the T-shaped reticle I find is much harder to lose sight of against a bright background. Sometimes with the Coyote, I find I lose sight of the red dot on bright maps like Hainan Resort or something similar. With the Cobra, I find it's almost impossible to lose the center of your reticle. The potato grip is a great choice for the A-91 because, as we all know, it helps increase accuracy when firing on the move. The stubby grip also does this, so that'd be a good option too, because of what I previously mentioned about the A-91's superbly low bullet spread when firing on the move. These grips are going to further increase that accuracy on the move, giving you the freedom to sort of dance around when you're faced with a one-on-one gunfight. And I, for one, know it can be really hard to stay trained on a guy who's got his dancing shoes on. The suppressor is also an excellent idea. It doesn't hurt the bullet spread too much since we've got those other attachments to balance that out. And finally, the laser light combo is obviously a great choice on any weapon as well. I usually only use the laser portion of this attachment, but I guess if you have the option to use it, you might as well have both the laser and the tactical light available to you. Now I wanted to touch on the pistol I was using, the CZ75. This is one of my favorite pistols in the game, but I can't say it's the best choice statistically when talking about the other two pistols like it. The CZ75, Compact 45, and the M1911 are the three .45 caliber pistols in the game, which means they should have higher damage values compared to the smaller caliber pistols like the M9, but it doesn't. The CZ75 and the M9 both do a max damage of 27, and with the M9's 16 round clip, it makes it a much better choice as the CZ75 only has the 12 round clip. But there's just something about this pistol that I love. 12 bullets is more than enough to drop a guy full health. And I don't know why, but I just love the way this thing looks. Overall, I think the Compact 45 is probably a better choice, even though it has one less bullet. But the CZ75 is still a great pistol to use, and it's great at finishing guys off if you've already damaged them with your primary. Gotta love that mini RDS too, it's just so cool looking. Moving on to the gadgets, the SRA launcher and the M2 Slam Your Jams. The SRA is great for land vehicles, but I find it a lot harder to hit helis with. I think I have much better luck with the SMA when it comes to taking down helis with a launcher. Not to mention, the SRA does a lot less damage than the SMA or RPG, so it's going to take you a few more hits to take that tank out. That being said though, the SRA is totally awesome and fun to use. My favorite thing to do with this thing is to get snipers with it actually, because they never see it coming. The slams are great, no doubt about that. I think it's awesome that they gave the engineer class a gadget that's kind of like a cross between an anti-tank mine and the C4. You can put them down on the ground like a mine, or if you can get close enough to the vehicle, you can place them on the vehicle much like a C4. The difference here is that you can't trigger the slams to explode unless you hit them with a rocket. They will detonate on their own, however, when the vehicle starts moving past a certain speed, which is pretty cool. I believe they stay active even after you die too. So if you manage to get them on the vehicle, but the vehicle takes you out, like runs you over or something, which happens to me all the time, the slams will stay on there and you'll still get the kill after you die. You can also use these two in tandem, as you just saw me do there. I managed to get one slam on the AA, which gave me a mobility hit, stopped him in his tracks, and then I was able to finish him off with the SRA. So I just kind of wanted to point that out because I thought it was pretty interesting how I was able to use these two gadgets together to get a kill and a vehicle destroy. So to wrap things up a bit here, the A-91 definitely has my gold stamp seal of approval. It's amazing, guys. Go try it out. I guarantee you'll love it. It's very effective in tight, and I'll even go as far as saying it's damn good at medium range as well. So yeah, overall, very versatile and effective weapon. I even choose to run it over an assault rifle sometimes, so that's gotta say something. The CZ75 is a decent pistol for sure, and I'm a personal fan of it, but if I'm being completely honest, I will say that there are better choices for pistols out there. So as always, guys, I want to thank you very much for watching, and thank you for all your support on this series and on my channel in general. Don't forget to leave a suggestion in the comments of what you want to see for next week, and if you see any down there from other people you like, make sure you give that comment a thumbs up, as I usually will pick the highest voted one. So once again, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video and you want to leave it some love, you can do so by clicking that like button down below. But that's it for Griz this time, and I'll see you all in the near future. Excelsior!